over here, right, in Informatica Cloud, if I go to run runtime environment, so see, data integration server, right? I always see this is error. Usually, what the fix is, if I go to this data integration server, now it is user stopped. Okay. Again, if I go here, data integration and start. Okay, uninstall. So this is uninstall wala file, right? I tried this several times, right? So it reaches to a particular point and then it did not go through somehow. And then the other thing which I tried was, so the problem is with the data integration server, right? That particular thing. So what I did is existing data integration server, I just renamed. Okay. And then whenever I rebooted my secure agent, it actually created new one, which is this. So this was the older one, which I renamed with old data integration server. It created the new one, data integration server, right? But somehow, so see these many files it created, and if I go here, it is 61.0.2. So if I again go here, 61.0.2, I do have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But it is still, and then I almost kept my laptop on overnight, 2 days, yesterday, day before yesterday, still there is some issue. And then problem is, if I am able to remove everything and reinstall fresh, there can be some luck, right? But then it is still not happening. Last option I could think of is like I'll format everything, right? I'll format my whole laptop, and then that will go away, right? So in the replication task, right? So that topic we have already covered, right? So let's start with the synchronization. Let's create a fresh synchronization task. Now, can you go to pick up the synchronization task and let's name it as DSS underscore. You can say ORCL underscore ORCL demo one kind of a thing. So here what we are trying to do is like we are going to, you know, yeah, we are going to synchronize between table to table over here. Okay, so now if you go to task operation, here we have four, right? Insert, update, upsert and delete, right? These operations we discussed yesterday. So let's go with the upsert, right? As it will handle both insert updates, right? And then after that you can click on next. Now in the source, just select the Oracle connection, yeah, or any database SQL server where you have the tables. Okay. Now, when we say single source, right, a source type as single, right, you will be able to select any particular table, a single table, right? Now, from the drop down, you can select the customers. So as soon as you select the customers, there will be data preview. It will take some time to load, right? And then this can be your table, right? So you can see the data preview as well, right? This is a source table. Click on multiple besides two, yeah. So using this option, right, we can select more number of tables. So if I want to have like customers and orders, maybe, right, maybe we need to kind of join these two tables and take the data to data for processing, right? In that case we can do it. But here there are some cool features, right? So how to have multiple tables? Select the customers. Can you select the customers? And then click on add source objects, add. So on top of the customers, we will be adding the tables now. So just search for orders and then you can click OK, select. Now if you see over here that customers and orders are selected and the join condition is predefined, that customer.customer ID is equal to order.customer ID. How it got picked up by default? Because in the database itself, right, we have these tables associated with the primary key and foreign key relationship. Okay, the constraints are defined in the database, and this is a smart feature of Informatica Cloud, that it identified the existing relation in the database, and then the tables are joined. Okay, if the primary key and foreign key relationship wasn't there, right, in the database. In that case, right, we would have gone to the create relationship. So can you click on that create relationship? Maybe you select the customer table once, and then click on create relationship. Now, if the constraints were not defined, right, then what we would have done is we would have selected the source object as customers, source key as customer ID. Can you, yeah, and then the next table we would have selected as orders, and again customer ID. Okay, so we don't have to do this because the relationship is already there in the database and it is already picked up. Okay, now what is edit relationship? Click on that. So though we have this joining condition already there, right, customer ID across the tables, right, but then I don't want to join on this condition, right. 90% of the time we will follow the joining condition as per the um, constraints, right. But if I still don't want to do that, right, I don't want to join on some other columns, in that case edit relationship I can go for, and then I can choose the tables and I can choose any columns. So just imagine that in the customer we had the order ID as well, right. In that case I would have joined on order ID, that also we can do. And then here I will have a condition, kind of expression level condition, customer ID to customer ID and this to this and that to that, like that, right. So here we can define that kind of a join. Or even if I want to go for like left outer, right outer, full outer, right, that also can be mentioned over here. So this is a user defined join. Okay, so here we can have either multiple columns, or there could be some scenarios, right, that apart from joining condition I also want to say, you know, and customer ID is not null, or order ID is greater than something something, to filter out the data, right. So that kind of condition also can be placed over here. Yeah, then what we need to do is, like, say for example order table needs to join with some other table. In that case I'll select the order table and again click add. In the existing tables, right, like customers and orders, if you want to kind of edit the joining condition, then we can go there. Now here can you just type in order details as an order underscore details. Okay, so again see, between order and order items we have order ID as a common key. It is there in the database itself. So that is why that join condition also there, right. Now again if I want to override, I can go for user defined join. I can play with the conditions. Maybe what we can do is I'll cancel that your order items, or you can keep it, not a problem, right. But currently we just need customers and orders, so you cancel that, you remove that, right? We'll have order and customers as the source tables, right. Here the condition is still there. Can you click on that orders, and then edit relationship, and just remove those like order, right. You just deselect it. No, can't you? So in place of that order ID, can you select the blank from the drop down? Yeah, click OK, uh, and then deselect it from the above panel as well, right. Mm, no, unselect that orders also, source object orders. Yeah, perfect. So this is how we can have single source and multiple source, right. Saved query, as I mentioned, right, whenever we have a complex join condition across two or more than two tables, right, in that case, and then if we are going to use that set of tables in multiple synchronization tasks as a source, right, then we can create an independent source object called saved query, and then we can use it. So after this, right, after we complete our first synchronization tab,